actions accompany knowledge. What is the difference in meaning? Answer. The first three attributes in terms of which the Buddha has no defect did not give a reason. These do give the reason. Because his actions accompany knowledge. If the Buddha did not reflect before carrying out his bodily, vocal or mental actions, he would make mistakes, but since the Buddha first uses knowledge before carrying out his bodily, vocal, or mental actions, he is faultless. Furthermore, the Buddha is endowed with three kinds of pure action, three kinds of pacified actions, three kinds of actions not requiring secrecy. Some people wonder why the Buddha has such actions, and this is why the Buddha says, "All my bodily, vocal, and mental acts are preceded by knowledge and accompany knowledge." 16-18. The Buddha penetrates the past, the future, and the present. The Buddha knows the past, the future, and the present by means of his knowledge, and his penetration is without obstacle. His threefold knowledge bears upon the three times, and his penetration is without obstacles because his three actions accompany knowledge. A. Sarvastivadin Sotrantika debate on time. The Sotrantikan. Past dharmas, already destroyed, no longer exist. Future dharmas, not yet come, are not formed. The present, which lasts but an instant, has no period of duration. Then how can the Buddha know the three times with an unhindered penetration? The Sarvastivadin. The Buddha affirms unobstructed penetration of the past, the future, and the present. How can his word be wrong? Moreover, if there were no past or future, and if there was only an instant of the present, the Buddha would never realize his innumerable qualities such as the 10 knowledges or the 10 powers. There cannot be 10 simultaneous knowledges in one single mind. If that were the case, the Buddha would never fulfill the 10 powers. This is how we know that there is a past and a future. The Sotrantika. If the past, the future, and the present existed, what could there not be? But the Buddha preached the Four Truths, and, in the truth of suffering, he saw the aspects of impermanence, etc. Impermanence is death after birth, ruin, vanishing. If past dharmas existed actually in truth, there would no longer be impermanence, ruin, vanishing. Moreover, to claim that the past, future, and present exist is to fall into eternalism. Why? If the dharma exists in the future, it necessarily exists in the present, and from the present it goes into the past. If a man were to leave one house to enter another, we would not say that he has disappeared. The Sarvastivadin. What is wrong in saying that he has not disappeared? The Sotrantika. If there were no impermanence, there would be neither sin nor merit, neither birth nor death, neither bondage nor liberation. Sins are the 10 bad paths of action, killing, etc. If there were no impermanence, in other words, if the victim of the killing were eternal, there would be no sin of killing, etc. And, as is said in the Fenpai Sie Kien, a knife driven into the body and impaling the 7 places would do no harm. Merits are the 10 good paths of action, abstaining from killing, etc. Impermanence is the distinct births and deaths. If there were no impermanence, there would be neither birth nor death, there would be neither bondage nor deliverance. These are the innumerable errors resulting from the eternalist system. The Sarvastivadin. The dharmas of the 3 times each have their own characteristic. The past dharma has the characteristic of the past, the future dharma has the characteristic of the future, the present dharma has the characteristic of the present. If the past and the future had the characteristic of the present, there would be the difficulties that you have raised, but here past, future, and present each have their own characteristic. Furthermore, if there really was neither past nor future, the condition of being a monastic would not exist either. Why? As soon as he would be in a bad state of mind, and would break his earlier commitments, this monk would no longer be a bhiksu. And as soon as a saint would return in mind to worldly things, he would be just an ordinary person, since, according to your hypothesis, there is neither past nor future nor present. In the same way, sins also, beginning with the 5 anantarya sins of immediate retribution, would not exist. Why? It is necessary for the 5 anantaryas to be actions already past and for their doer to be dead, for the latter to enter into hell. Now if these 5 anantaryas are still to come, there is no action and, as a result, no retribution. And, in the present existence, they are not of immediate retribution since the death of their perpetrator has not yet occurred. Therefore, if the past did not exist, there would be no anantarya sins and, still less, any other sins. The same reasoning holds for merits. To deny the existence of sin and of merit is a bad view, and those who hold it are no different from birds and beasts. Moreover, I do not say that past and future exist like the present. I say that the past, although vanished, is capable of producing a memory and of giving birth to a mind and mental events. Thus, the fire that was extinguished yesterday can today give rise to a memory, but it is impossible that this fire be revived by virtue of this memory. If I see that someone is gathering kindling, I know that they will light the fire, and I say to myself that today's fire is like yesterday's fire. But it is not possible for the fire to be rekindled by virtue of this memory that I have of the fire. It is the same for that which is things of the future. Although the present mind is instantaneous and without duration, it rearises in series and is able to recognize dharmas. Inwardly using the actual mind as cause and outwardly using the dharmas as object, a mental consciousness takes up its job. This mental consciousness, which is sovereign, cognizes past, future and present dharmas. There is only the mind and the actual mental events that it does not cognize. It cognizes all the rest. b. The non-existence of time according to the Mahayana. Question. In the Prajnaparamita, in the Jushangpin, it is said, the 3 times have but a single nature, namely, the absence of nature. Then why is it said here that the Buddha's knowledge knows the 3 times with an unhindered penetration? Answer. The Buddhas have 2 ways of preaching the Dharma. 1. First, analysis of the dharmas. 2. Then, the preaching of unlimited emptiness. When the Buddha claims that he penetrates dharmas of the 3 times without any obstacle, this is an analytical teaching. When he says that the 3 times have but a single nature, namely, the absence of nature, he is teaching unlimited emptiness. Moreover, those who are not omniscient come up against obstacles in the consciousness of the 3 times. Thus saints such as Avalokitesvara, Manjusri, Maitreya, Sariputra, etc. have all encountered obstacles in the consciousness of the 3 times. Therefore when it is said that the Buddha cognizes the 3 times with an unhindered penetration, we are not referring to emptiness but simply to the analysis of dharmas. Finally, there are people who produce wrong views in regard to the 3 times and who say, past dharmas and beings have a beginning, do not have a beginning, etc. If they have a beginning, then there are new beings, and the dharmas also arise without cause or condition. If they do not have a beginning, neither do they have an end, they have neither end nor middle. Or else not having a beginning means having a middle and having an end, not having an end means having a beginning and a middle, not having a middle means having a beginning and an end.